Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Janna Vallabha Girivaradhari. Jasodanandana Brajajana Ranjana. Jasodanandana Brajajana Ranjana. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Prem se boliye. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Jasodanandana Brajajana Ranjana. Jasodanandana Brajajana Ranjana. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jai Vishwabad Paramahamsa, Prema His Divine Grace. A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki jai. Śrīmad Prabhupada ki jai. Jai Vishwabad Paramahamsa, Prema His Divine Grace. Bhaktivedanta Goswami Śrīmad Prabhupada ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnavinda ki jai. Granta Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki jai. Go Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the Vaishnavas, all glories to the devotees. Glories to Prabhupada. Is there going to be any more devotees attending or the class? Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 9, Text 24. Need a transcendental body so you can do longer kirtan without getting tired. Deva Linga Patichana. Is that right? Deva Linga Patichana. Swarvanur Deva Shamshadi. Swarvanur Deva Samsadi. Pravishta Saman Api Bach. Pravishta Shomam Api Bach. Chandrarkabhyam cha suchitaha. Chandrarabhyabhyam Chandrakabhyam cha suchitaha. Devalinga pratichana. Swarabhanur devasamshadi. Pravishta somam api bach. Chandrakāvyam cha suchitaha. Pratichana. Pravishta Shomam Vivak. Chandrakāvyam cha suchitaha. Devalinga Patichyana. Shamshadi. Devalinga Patichyana. Sarvhanu. Apiva. Chandrakāvyam cha suchitaha. Devalinga Pratichyana. Covering himself with the dress of a demigod. Sarvhanur. Rahu, who attacks the eclipse, the sun and the moon. Devasamsadi. In the group of the demigods. Pravishtaha. Having entered. Shomam. The nectar. Apibat. Drank. Chandra Arkavyam. By both the moon and the sun. Cha. And Suchitaha was pointed out. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Rahu, the demon who causes the eclipse of the sun and the moon, covered himself with the dress of a demigod and thus entered the assembly of the demigods and drank nectar without being detected by anyone, even by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The moon and the sun, however, because of permanent animosity toward Rahu, understood the situation. Thus, Rahu was detected. Purport. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Mohini Murti, was able to bewilder all the demons. But Rahu was so clever that he was not bewildered. Rahu could understand that Mohini Murti was cheating the demons, and therefore he changed his dress, disguised himself as a demigod, and sat down in the assembly of the demigods. Here one may ask why the Supreme Personality of Godhead could not detect Rahu. The reason is that the Lord wanted to show the effects of drinking nectar. This will be revealed in the following verses. The moon and the sun, however, were always alert in regard to Rahu. Thus, when Rahu entered the assembly of the demigods, the moon and the sun immediately detected him, and then the Supreme Personality of Godhead also became aware of him. I think we all have that kind of tendency. Even though this happened millions of years ago, we can see that this story applies to us also, because we have a similar character to steal things and do things for ourselves, even as devotees. This is a normal thing, because the tendency to enjoy, material world, enjoy. This is there in us, because we are Anandamaya Vyasat, because the living entities, we are full of happiness. We are searching for happiness, and we want to prolong the happiness as much as possible. So, but there's these two things that always exist in the material world, in the creation of the Lord. Material living entities, the asuras, and the demigods, the demons, and the demons and the devotees, asura and sura. These two people, they always exist. So there's always some kind of conflict in between these two in the beginning of the creation. This is the very reason why Lord Krishna has to appear to calm the situation and correct the situation, make things better for us. This is the very reason why Mohini Murti appeared, because she is the personification of God, of Krishna. He is Krishna, and he took the form of Mohini Murti. Mohini means very bewildering, to bewilder the demons and take away the nectar and give it to the demigods. But in actuality, even the demigods, they're selfish, they want it. They could say, no, you have it first, then we have it, there's so much there. But what happens is that if the demons have it, then they misuse it, because they become immortal and they want to control the world to suit their own needs. So, this same situation here in this world. We want things for ourselves and then we misuse our power. When Krishna gives us the power, we misuse it. Even though the Lord knows what's happening, He allows things to happen for our benefit, to understand, come to our senses, that we do things correctly. Krishna knows everything. This is the pastimes of the Lord. Not that Krishna didn't know. This is all planned. So, ultimately it shows that we want to turn to Krishna for everything. Just like in Vrindavan, this is the Kartik month, Lord Krishna came to perform pastimes with the gopis and Mother Yashoda and in Vrindavan. So, this increases love for his devotees. He does things very mysterious. This I have to understand. The materialistic people who are not devotees, they don't understand these things because, first of all, they also don't understand who God is. We have to tell them you're not this body. Very basic principle of the philosophy, beginning level, that you're not this body. But to tell them these stories, so what is this? How is the nectar come out of the ocean and churning the ocean? They can't conceive of it because we see things and we tend to believe what we see, like today. And these things are very beyond our conception to understand that you can, churn the ocean and bring nectar out of it. That's not on. So Krishna, He does things for our benefit, so we can know that actually Krishna is the enjoyer. But at the same time, Krishna is doing this to please His devotees, the suras, the demigods. Because the demigods, they work very hard to maintain this universe. Even though Krishna is the doer, He is doing everything, but still Krishna wants to give His mercy to the demigods, to the working devotees. Demigods are devotees. They not be perfect devotee, but they're still devotee. Just like here in this temple, we have managerial to run this temple or to organize this temple, or any projects or any organization. There is organization. There is management. So there is head of the temple, and then there is someone who is working under the temple, and then there is all running smoothly. So similarly, demigods, they're working hard under Krishna. So Krishna comes to please the demigods, encourage them to run the society, to run the movement, or run the world, the universe nicely. So they come, Prabhuji, you're doing so well. They pat you on the back. You're very nice. Like this. So Krishna comes to encourage the suras, the demigods. But still, we have to be careful we don't disguise ourselves as devotees and do other things. That's an important thing to know, because everything in the Bhagavatam, there's subtleties, instructions, subtleties are there. If we can churn that subtleties and understand why this story is there. because these stories illustrate that we should be, for real, practice Krishna consciousness. There's no something you do that others shouldn't know. Be upfront, that's what they call it, transparency. So if we perform service to Krishna, follow it to your heart. Follow it to please Krishna, to please Guru. So there is reality in our process. So, but if you do things that are disguise yourself, sooner or later you will be exposed. You see, so Krishna is very kind. He allows us to exercise our free will. See, even Rahu, he came as disguise, but the Lord was there as Mohini Murti. Why didn't she detect? She knows everything. She's Krishna, God. But Krishna allowed this to happen because the subtleties of this philosophy is that sometimes Krishna is allowing us to exercise our free will. Just like if you do something really bad, karma is going to come onto you, but maybe not straight away. So sometimes, depending on the severity of the punishment of the offense. So if it is really serious, the reaction may come immediately. But sometimes it doesn't come. Sometimes people say, "Why is God allowing it? Why is Krishna allowing?" So we get frustrated. But there's a reason for everything. We shouldn't go haywire and get bewildered by it. But there is a reason for everything. And we have to just hang on, and we have to understand slowly, cool-headedly, with intelligence, with the scriptural injunctions. It explains it. So but Rahu, he drank the poison a little bit that got into his throat. But they chopped his head off, and then the nectar didn't go into his body. Only the head became immortal because it got into his head, to his throat. So he was detected by sun and moon because they knew him from before. But Krishna knew also. So there is a reason why this happened, because even the demigods can become very proud with the nectar. So he allowed Rahu to have a little bit, at least to his head. So time to time he wanted to swallow because he's so angry. He wanted to eat sun and the moon. That's why I have the eclipse. It says here eclipse. He's swallowing the moon. So momentarily he can't keep it there because he has to come out. He doesn't have a body. So the sun and moon, he tries to swallow it. It doesn't go to his belly because it doesn't have a body. So it comes out of his throat, and that's the eclipse. Momentarily it becomes dark. So Westerners, they understand that they don't have an explanation of these things, but we know from the Shastra this is the case. So everything that happens, there's a reason for it, that Krishna's behind it. Krishna, he is so merciful, he allows Rahu to have a little bit, at least to his head. So so the demigod don't become too proud. There's a reason. So when Krishna does something, that's for our benefit. So sometimes a slap is necessary. So, Prabhu, you are violent. But you can take it as the blessing of a devotee. There's no devotee who will slap you. I haven't heard in Melbourne temple or any temple. Maybe when I first joined, that time the movement was very rough. But devotees are very nice. Prabhupada, when he used to get very angry at his devotees, but that's so angry that he will not forget. But he was doing it for a reason, for us to learn that we have to do things correctly for the pleasure of Krishna. So if you come here, you have to be real for yourself. Don't disguise yourself. Mittachara sauchate. Krishna says, one should not be a pretender in serving Krishna. Of course, we all know ourselves underneath. Are we pretending or not? Are we sincere to serve Krishna? Are we just hanging around here because for some reason, for material reason? But actually, if we are really sincere, deep in our heart, we are here to serve Krishna, like our Guru Maharaj. The reason we have this temple all over the world, how lucky we are, we have Hare Krishna temple all over the world. Anywhere in the world today, if you go, there is a Hare Krishna temple. So, oh, whew, so lucky, you can go to the Hare Krishna temple, have prasadam. Because this is the mercy of Prabhupada. If we have that mentality to go to a temple and render service like our spiritual master did, but it wasn't easy to open these temples. In the beginning it was very difficult. There's no time to be fake. You had to be real for yourself. You can ask some of the devotees in this temple. In the early 80s, some of this pujari, they didn't have no backing. They'd finish puja, they'd go and cook. After that they'd offer themselves. One guy. There was no backing up, they wouldn't have enough people. Even now, time to time, we have to put in a group where we don't have enough cook, we need someone to cover someone's service. And no one puts their hand up. And then it comes to me. I always have the hands up. Not you put hands up in your phone, but I actually have to show up and do the service. Isn't it? Oh, hey, hat lagaya. You showed up you're showing your hand, but you're not there to do the service. I know they have the 4 o'clock fruit offering. You know, we have fruit offering, 8:40 offering, 6:40 offering. There's no 10:40, right? The last one is 8:40. Somehow it's 8:40, 6:40. What is this 40? Krishna likes this. So they have a 3:40 offering. That's the fruit offering. Because Krishna has so much sweets, he need to have some fruits for change. So in the afternoon he has fruits. And some devotees may want a diet, and they're always there for the fruit offering. And they know exactly what time it comes out. 4 o'clock, a fruit offering. So that's fine. You come for prasadam, but also at the same time, you're here to do some seva, service to Krishna. Can I do some service? Can I clean the temple? Can I dress the deity or cook, help cut up? Okay, I'm not Brahmana, but then at least you can assist, cook, cut up the vegetables, something. Make the connection to Krishna. Bhagavatam class is going on. Don't sit in the waterfront there and come to the class. It's only for half an hour. Sit and listen to Krishna Katha. It's very nice. This is the temple program. Prabhupada made this program, not that we made it up. So if you respect Prabhupada, if you respect Krishna, then you attend the program for his pleasure. It's not his pleasure only, you are benefited from it. If you hear every day, there's that verse in the Bhagavatam, every day hear the Bhagavatam, Shravanam, Sinvatam Sagatam Krishna, Punya Shravana Kirtanam, that if you're regularly hearing the Bhagavatam, the anarthas in your heart will be destroyed gradually. The Prabhu, I have this problem, how to deal with it? Devotees always ask me, hear the Bhagavatam. That's how you do it. Like when you get a diamond, you like to wear a diamond, big fat diamond here, and the nose. When you get the diamond, it's inside the coal. I used to work for it, rough diamond. There's nothing like diamond when you get the rough coal. It looks like ugly. So they cut that, they get the diamond out, and they polish it. To get the diamond, it has to, for hundreds of years, it's inside the rock. They cut it out, that piece. They polish it, they cut it, and then they shape it, round shape, different shape. And so much work is done before you put it on your face, wear it. So my point is to get that diamond before you can actually get it. It's sitting in there for a long time in the rock, and there's so much work to shining it to get the glittering. So it's not so. Similarly, if you want the glittering of the process of bhakti, you have to work at that shiningness. It has to come out. Wow, yeah. Sometimes, if you don't know what diamond is, then you can get a fake one. It looks similar, very shining. So you go to buy a diamond, you look at it, it looks so shiny because they put a lot of light. You have to look from the side. It doesn't shining. It's different. There's no color in it. It's low color. The cutting is not right. There's inclusions at the table. So many things. If you don't know about it, wow, so good. Somebody who knows, they know this is not the real thing. So the Vaishnavas, the Guru, they know how to detect what is Krishna consciousness and what is fake Krishna consciousness. I remember in Bengal they have sahajias. You heard of sahajias? They have these guys, men, they wear saffron. And they have a bunch of ladies go with them, they also wear saffron. They're sahajias. You wear saffron if you are a sannyasi. This brahmachari is a very strict thing. So people, they have the fake. They're not sannyasis. So you can be a sannyasi for 1 day or 1 month. But the idea of a sannyasi is it's not just the dress, it's in our consciousness. So it's just like here, mentioned here, you cannot be a disguise. You have to be for real. Practice Krishna consciousness. Because Krishna knows everything. He's sitting in our heart. After some time we know who is who. Because we are associating with each other, after some time we know this guy is like that. This devotee is like this. They're going to talk. So come here, be serious to practice Krishna consciousness. If my job is to cook for the devotees, and I'm not in a good mood, then the food's not going to be good. But remember, we are here to do service for the pleasure of Bhagavan, for Krishna, for God. Imagine, they say, can you cook for Krishna today? That's Mother Jasoda. We're on the same level. We don't realize it. We are cooking for Krishna. He didn't come to the kitchen, Harival, it was really good today. He take his flute down and say, thank you very much. But Krishna didn't tell you directly, but his devotees will tell you. Because his devotees are in connection with Krishna. So this is what I mean. The subtleties of Krishna consciousness is that there is connection through Krishna. So we will be detected by someone or some devotee in the temple. We are detected. So it's a good thing. If Rahu was not detected by sun and the moon, he would drink all the poison and the nectar, and his body will become immortal. Then we are in trouble. We will be in trouble now. So only had a little bit. He desired it so badly, so he could still have it, only to his head. So Krishna still fulfilled his desire. But at the same time, if he had the nectar, the whole body, we're going to be in trouble now. We're going to be in darkness, because he ate the sun for good. There's no sunlight. We couldn't have vegetations. So there is always a meaning why Krishna do things. For our benefit. You understand what I'm saying? In the Bhagavatam. The Rahu, he said, he ate that thing, but moon and sun, they knew, this is Rahu. Don't let him drink, but he already drank up to his neck. Actually, in Krishna consciousness, everything is nectar. We're after nectar. Amrita. Charnamrita we drink. This morning I went to get Charnamrita. this big bowl of Chanamrita there. You had Chanamrita? This big bowl of Chanamrita. When I grew up in ISKCON in Mayapur, we'd never had Chanamrita like this. It was just water. They put a little bit of sugar in it, some tulsi leaf. Wasn't very attractive. You come in the middle of the day, there's still left over because nobody wanted to drink. We had it a little bit just to respect it. Here, you come middle of the day, there's no Chanamrita left. Some people come with a bucket, not bucket, a cup, and they take it all. It's so good. This morning, I went to get the Chanamrita because I'm the first one to get on. They didn't mix it. All the honey and everything underneath. So, all the cream, the honey that goes in, you have to mix it. So there was a big lump of honey came up in the spoon and just milk on top. So you have to make Chanamrita as Krishna's worshipped with that. This is nectar. You have to make it very nice for distribution. The pujaris, I'm talking about the pujaris on the speaker. Are you a pujari? So, everything in Krishna consciousness is nectar. It's like millions of years ago, Rahu drank the poison. But if you drink this nectar, this is the same as that nectar. You will become immortal. Sometimes some of these pigeons just fly around the temple. You know, if you throw some of the Chanamrita, they'll be drinking that. You leave a cup of Chanamrita out there, they'll be drinking the Chanamrita. And then after some time, you don't see that pigeon anymore. They got a spiritual body. They left, they died. So we are taking prasadam every day. We're having Chanamrita every day, prasadam, this nectar. Next life, we will not have this material body anymore. We have a spiritual body. Eternal life. So, treat this as pure. Krishna prasadam as pure. But if you see it as pakora, if you see it's a halwa, Hare Krishna halwa, yeah, cow, it's so nice, then you're only going to eat halwa. But you're not seeing the purity in it. Your vision is material. You have to go beyond that this is so pure and eat it with love and feeling, tears in your eyes. One drop of Chanamrita and tears coming from my eyes. Thank you, Krishna. I haven't seen anyone do that. Eat bite of prasadam. Oh, thank you, Krishna. It's so wonderful that you have given this food. I accept it with love, with deep from my heart. Even though I have one handful, I'm happy with it. I don't need a big plate full of it. That is love. Ordo, give me more. Fill it up. Chop it up. Give me more pakora. Give me more sweet rice. This is not enough. Then you're only going to eat prasadam, but not prasadam. You're eating like food. Anna, like food only. Big pile of rice, fried rice, goranga potato, whatever. But if you have that spiritual consciousness deep in your heart, that this has been offered to Krishna, this is nectar. Just like it churned by the demigods and the suras and the asuras millions of years ago. This is the nectar. I'm having it today, right now. And you have it with such affection and such love that you are crying. Even to have a little bit in your hand, that you're going to get so much more mercy from Krishna than just eating it. They have to say, honoring it. Isn't it? So, my idea, like in Bengal, and like when we used to go to the temples, Durga temple or like a Ganesh or any worship, we used to have Saraswati Puja in the school once a year. And so they cut fruits and they offer to Saraswati. You can feel there's something special in it. We have it a little bit. And we ate it with respect, just a little bit. And then I remember we used to go to some Durga Puja and they gave us this flat rice with yogurt. We have it. It's very famous there. They have it at Panihati, but they have it all the time. They put some things, there's a very unique flavor in it. Kapoor, like camphor or something. And then we just have a handful. And it's so tasty, and it's totally satisfied. I don't need any more plateful, just a little bit. And my mother said, touch it to your head and have it. Eat slowly and with respect. We knew that's the culture. The specialty of that spiritual food has been offered to Krishna, and you eat it with such respect. We don't have that understanding. We're eating it like a mundane food. Whatever it is. Sometimes you see people, they come to the kitchen area, they peep through the window, who is cooking? And they know the food's going to be good because it's a good cook. But we're putting our mundane mentality. It's for the pleasure of Krishna. We shouldn't even go there. It's for Krishna's pleasure. Because when you look at the food, you are putting your drishti on it. Your digestion start to work, and mouth water will come. That means you're lusting the food. It cannot be offered to Krishna. That's why you cover it with plates, so we don't look at it. I'm going to eat that afterward. So that's it. That's why we cover it. We should have the same mentality even when you are cooking it. This is for Krishna's pleasure. Such is the consciousness of a devotee. So you say, yeah, nectar. Yeah, but how much do we actually do and actually understand what is nectar? It's not like millions of years ago they churned the nectar, they came out of the ocean. This is nectar. If we have that mentality, it will have its effect on us by taking prasadam, a little bit. We're still hungry, give me more. This one guy came here, I always go up and sit there. Sometimes some pagal will come, some crazy guy will come from the street. So this guy came and he said, give me more. And we didn't have enough that day. So we are very calculative because a big line of people. So he gave less and he put his hand in it and took it himself. So we said, okay, at least he wants prasadam, nothing, and something else. So we allowed. So next day he was doing the same. So there was this guy, Tim, who was here. So he said, he come up. So me and him, we were there. So we got him, and he said, you can't be like that, you have to be respectful. We're to share with everyone. We'll give you more till let's everyone have it first. Anyway, so he was very forceful. So then if we have the right mentality, that even if you get a little bit respected, eat it with respect. So, Prabhuji, the dal didn't have enough salt, and the dal was too watery, you didn't have enough dal in it, it's too soupy. Prabhuji, why you didn't make paneer today? I didn't have paneer sabji at my home for a long time. I came to the temple for paneer sabji, and he didn't make paneer sabji today. Stuff like that. Prabhuji, wasn't so good today. I got really upset. I said, I didn't come here. I didn't cook for you. I cooked for Krishna. You didn't like it, go home and cook for yourself. I was very angry. I was not. So, if we have the mentality for enjoying propensity, we have to sift out the enjoyment mentality. I want to enjoy that. I want to enjoy this. That's what we need to get rid of. That means enjoying propensity. The tendency to enjoy, that we have to put that aside. This is whatever you get, Krishna's mercy. There was a Goswami, he had his own deity, he used to carry his own deity with him, Gopal deity. He has his own deity, he doesn't have a home. What to speak of altar and all this facility. He used to carry, and every day he used to offer eggplant. Where do you cook your eggplant? I make eggplant sabji, it's a hell of a lot of work. You have to fry it, or you can bake it with ghee. It's to get the eggplant really good quality, you have to cook it to get the flavor out. But he didn't have facility. He had the eggplant, you cut it, put it in the cup. The cup is made out of coconut shell. People throw away. He's using as a pot. You cut the eggplants into the coconut shell, and he offers without cooking. He says, sorry, I don't have the facility. You have this. No spice, nothing. And then he would eat that as prasadam. Uncooked. Did you ever eat uncooked eggplant? Today, if I gave eggplant uncooked, not to Krishna, to you, so you will never come here again, perhaps. So no, the Hare Krishna temple, they give eggplant, uncooked eggplants, and they call it prasadam. You put in the Facebook and make so much criticism. And that's what he was doing. And he ate the uncooked eggplant with happiness, with ecstasy, tears in his eyes. Maybe because it wasn't cooked, the tears was coming. That's the platform of a Krishna conscious person. So no, Prabhuji, I want that one, not this one, I want that one. That one there, right there, that piece of mango, not the papaya, because you like mango. If it's offered to Krishna, it's okay, but we are very selective. So the tendency to enjoy is there, it's in Krishna. But we have to understand that at least come in the devotional platform. Whatever it is, the next level of devotion is that whatever is offered to Krishna, I accept with love. That is the higher platform of devotion, isn't it? Not we are always here for selectiveness. What I like. You know what I mean? So, the happiness comes from, like we always said, Prabhu, drop of nectar. And here's one drop. But you're not happy. Give me more. We always say, give me just one drop of nectar. Okay, sure, here's one drop. I say, can you give me more? Sometimes we go to devotee's house, this house is yours. You can stay here. After a few days, when this guy is going to go. It's not we talk. When it comes to spiritual life, we have to be for real. For Bhagwan ke liye, for God's pleasure, it's not just a lip service. You have to actually do it to get the mercy. It's not just a shortcut. You have to, if you want the full benefit of bhakti, love from Krishna, mercy, you have to deserve it. Isn't it? It's not that poof, you sit down and your plate's full of food. Somebody has to cook it. You know, the whole industry, food industry, is what brings revenue to the country. You know, farmers and the tractors, they sell the tractors. I was just in Fiji, and there's one devotee, he has a big business, big factory. He sells generator. They bring from India, other countries, big generator. This generator is to generate electricity. And that electricity is to generate farming, you know, like different things. Each generator may cost $2 million US. Big generator. And he's got 4 or 5 of them. Very rich. And you never see him. He's always a business trip. You'll only see him when he dies, because he can't travel anymore. So much money. So I was in Fiji for 10 days. So he lent one of his car. It's like a Mercedes van. So we are going around Fiji with that, because he has so much money. So his generator is to generate electricity. So my point is, that's connected to food. So the whole industry, food industry, is there because we are sitting here to eat. Suppose you say, no, I'm sadhu ho gaya, like I don't eat anymore, I eat once a day 1 drop of milk. Then all the food industry will out of business. Isn't it? So we need food, but we have to give up the tendency to enjoy. This is Krishna's pleasure. Thorasa, a little bit, I'm happy with it because it's offered to Krishna. That's the idea. We're not saying don't eat so much. We say, in fact, our motto is to eat up to your neck, so you don't have room to eat somewhere else. So you only take in prasadam. But my point is, eat all that, but understand this has been offered to Krishna. So when you don't get it full plate, we get a little bit, but you understand that's been offered to Krishna and eat it with respect, even that little amount. That's all. And you see the difference. It's in your consciousness. I knew a person, we had all this prasadam, buckets full of, and feast days, like with halwa, puri, sweet rice, srikhand, heaps of food, thousands of preparation. He was never affected by it. He would serve everyone, and he was a sannyasi. He had a VIP table, he didn't sit, he would serve. And at the end, he would eat a little bit of what's left on the bucket. I was a small boy, I was very attracted to his quality. I thought, when I grow up, I want to be like this guy. Eat very less. Very attractive quality to be renounced. In India, we are attracted to sadhus because they are renounced. We give them money, we give them so many things. Because we are attracted, they can bless you. They can give you something that normal people can't give you, the blessing. We can say, Hare, well, come here, I'll give you blessing. Here, I have it in the bottle. I have my jar, I have blessing. That blessing is very unique, very subtle, very spiritual. Sukha. You can't just bless people, like opening a jar and give blessing. That blessing is coming from Krishna, mercy. So, sadhus, we have the power to bless you, but you have to deserve the blessing. It's not a shortcut. You have to come and do service. Take prasadam, do service, make the connection. There's no such thing as disguise as a devotee. I remember one time we were chanting japa. We have a japa mala. So there's a bead bag there, you can see bead bag. You have the bead bag, you have japa mala inside. So this Prabhu, he had a big, huge bead bag. I was thinking, why he has such a big bead bag? So one day, his bead bag touched my body accidentally, and there was nothing inside. And he was going, Hare Krishna, just faking. He used to keep bread inside. So all the bread crumbs and all this thing, he had inside his bead bag. There was no beads. I thought, what, this is funny. So don't be a fake devotee. Because Krishna knows he's sitting in our heart. And say, oh, Prabhuji, Asirvad do, please bless me. And you're keeping bread in your bead bag. So be real for yourself. Sooner or later, you're going to be exposed. Not only that, Krishna is very merciful. He's allowing you to come here and experience Krishna consciousness by taking prasadam, whatever it is, even if it's fake. That's His mercy. But don't take advantage of that. His mercy. Do service. Connect yourself. Nowadays, everything is about connection. Isn't it? You have your fancy computer, as thin as a roti, very fancy, very expensive. But if there's no battery, there's no connection, it's as good as nothing. You throw it as junk. You need to have electricity, connection. You need to put battery in it. Otherwise, it's just a piece of junk. So, it's all about connection. You have to connect with Krishna. That's why I have Guru. Evam param para praptam. Krishna says, you can know me through the connection of the Guru Parampara. They connect you. The spiritual master connects us to Krishna. This is the process. Okay, any questions? Yes, Maraji. Hey. Because other people I know them. Then you give back. You sit close.
Hare Krishna. So, Prabhuji, like when we are practicing Krishna consciousness for some time, we have our routine like chanting, reading, coming to the temple like that. And we continue that in the association of devotees. But how do we know that we are advancing in Krishna consciousness? How, because it becomes like a routine, all these things that we do, but yeah.
You know, like everybody has the duty. You have a family. It's not like you living in brahmacharya ashram. You got to see the practicality of everything. Or someone else may be have the service at the temple. So it's a different level of Krishna consciousness. And now, in your case, like if I'm a brahmachari living in the temple, I have all the freedom to be here. I'm living here, and I can come to temple all the time I have to serve Krishna. That's my only thing. Whereas someone else, maybe a grihastha, and then they have duties to the family. They have to pay off, they have to go to work, they have a job. But at the same time, you make an effort to chant Hare Krishna, do your rounds. As much as possible, you come to the temple. Whenever you have the opportunity, you make an effort to come to the temple, be here, do an offering. So you have to make some connection to do a little bit of seva. A routine thing, once a week or twice a week, whatever. You do some offering, cut some fruit, or do arati if you're brahmana. So you're assisting the temple. So Krishna understands that, So your platform of Krishna consciousness is as good as the brahmachari, I reckon, because you make that effort. Salpa mapaisa dharmasya trayate mahoto bhayat. Krishna says even a little bit of effort, salpa dharmasya, a little bit of service, he appreciates. He'll protect you, he'll help you. So my point is you have to make the connection, you have to make a start. So there's a different level, but Krishna is seeing how sincere you are to do that service. We may be just getting our job done. We do every day and then finish. But actually, this is what I was saying. How much are we actually putting that love, that purity, that consciousness? So we're at a different level. So in the beginning, the sadhana bhakti, we practice. Every day we have routine. There's sadhana bhakti. Then there's raganaga bhakti, which is spontaneity. But some people say, I'm already spontaneous right from beginning. But that doesn't come. We have to first practice. So practice means there's practicality in the practice. Practicality means, like your case. You have a family, you can only come and do a little bit of service. But someone who's living here, they can't say that. That's their service. So no, probably I'm doing my practice. I ate too much last night, so I have to go to the toilet when I'm doing the japa. So you have to adjust. Or someone else like yourself, Krishna understands. He will. But then, once you make that commitment, try to maintain it and increase it. Like chanting 16 rounds. If you're not initiated, then I'll just do 4 rounds, or 5 rounds. I'm not initiated. But we have to still try to make 16, even if we're not initiated. But one day we want to get initiated. But we have to practice to get the 16 rounds before you initiate it. So after you initiate it, do more rounds. Increase if you have time. Prabhupada said if you have time, chant more rounds. Chant Hare Krishna. So it's depending on your consciousness. Even if we are here living here, still we can goof off, do our own thing. Who knows? Krishna knows our heart. He can still go around and do as little as possible. Like in India, I see people sit in the, as soon as they have freedom, they don't do anything. They have a bidi and they smoke and have a relax. And the boss is not looking. That's the tendency, to do as little as possible. But that is an example. But in spiritual life, it's based on love. You want to serve Krishna. Spontaneity. You love Krishna. That is different than just duty. People just do duty and they're looking at the clock. As soon as finished, out of there. They don't want to be there 1 minute, otherwise they have to pay more. But it's not like that. In spiritual life, is based on love. You're doing it voluntarily. It's not voluntary, it is our duty to serve Krishna. As the purpose of human life is to serve Krishna. So if we go deeper in understanding, then we will want to make more connection and do more. But somehow we have to make that connection. A little or less doesn't matter. But Krishna knows that everyone has the particular amount of service we do. But still, whatever we do, less or more, we have to do with the sincerity that it will please Krishna. Otherwise, we do lousy service. It's just like we make garland. Mothers, they make garland. It has to be good garland. It goes down the neck nicely, not too short, at the flower in the right placing, in a connection. There is a system, You tie it nicely, it doesn't fall off. So it's not, I'm not in a good mood, I had a fight with the husband, so go on with it, you make terrible garland. No, when you come and do service to Krishna, you do it with that mentality that is for God's pleasure. Put aside all the things in our head, like that. So even if it's a little bit, do it nicely. Otherwise, just come, take prasadam, that's okay. It's offered to Krishna instead of, or just be around, part of the family. Come to temple, sit down, chant japa, that's also good. We're not saying, oh, you didn't do service, don't come here. No, you come here, do service, that's good. But for us, if you want to make a little extra, this is Kartik, then commit yourself with a little extra service, that's good. Invite the devotees, have program at home, give devotees charity, or give the temple charity, like that, whatever. You have to make some kind of adjustments to yourself. And like I said, Krishna knows. And that little bit of effort is what pleases Krishna. Samajh kya? Okay? Hare Krishna. Thank you. Hare Krishna.